It's GoraCal here. I'm at DTC, Dream Team Combat, and it is a centre because it's an amazing facility that we have here in Birmingham. I'm joined by one of the most, or two of the most, should I say, electrifying individuals in striking combat sports. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
I'm Jonathan Haggerty. I'm the One Championship World Champion at Kickboxing and the former Muay Thai World Champion.
Would you like to introduce yourself,
I'm
please?
Qasim the Dream. I'm 5 times kickboxing world champion, and now I'm full-time coaching.
So, not often when people do seminars, we get the people who run the show or help participate in the show joining yourself, or people that come to share their knowledge and expertise in the field that they're specialists in. We've got Qasim here today. So Qasim, just tell us a bit about your background.
Started kickboxing 10 years old. Just fell in love with it straight away. Climbed up through the ranks. Full contact kickboxing. Started fighting full contact at 16. Turned pro at 18. Finished my career with a record of 50-1 and 5 professional world titles.
Amazing. And Jonathan, for the people that don't know, who aren't like myself, who's like a fight freak, like I said to you when I first met you, I've left early in places. I've woke up early hours in the morning to watch you fight. And that's just for the love of the sport. And I think as well, to see someone from the UK doing it in foreign lands, shall we say, it's a major thing, and it's not really talked about enough. And I feel like now people like yourself are starting to bring Muay Thai, bring kickboxing into the UK now. It's become a bigger thing. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely agree. Starting out fighting all the sides, it was hard. I had about 17 fights and I was coming up against the likes of Superlex, Samay, which everybody ripped me off, said I have no chance.
Did you get a lot of doubters? I'm curious to know, obviously people back home or who aren't too familiar with fighting might not know who these individuals are. But to the people that do know about fighting, when you've got your TV shows and other people and sponsors, were they oh, this kid doesn't have a chance against this guy? Were they like that?
Yeah, a lot of people do. At the end of the day, believe in yourself. You've got a coach around you, you've got a team around you that believe in you. And that's all that matters. You can put 100% in the ring. It's only you getting in there, not these people that are talking.
Of course.
So as long as you know that you've got what it takes, then you're all good.
Did you get into it at a young age? How old was you when you first got into it?
Started when I was about 6.
6. So similar time frame with yourself, got in from an early age. Do you think that from an early age is the only way to get to the top, or do you think you can start it later on in life, do you think?
It depends how much you put into it. You can start if you're 20, as long as you put the hard work, the dedication and the time and the effort. Yeah, why not?
True. I mean, people like to say mid-20s, 30s, I can't do it anymore, I feel too old, blah, blah, blah. But for a bloke, in some cases, that's your prime. You haven't even hit your prime in some cases, so there is time to develop. One thing I want to say is, and ask you, is how old was you when you first went to Thailand to fight? Was you young?
So I was probably about 15 when I first had my fight in Thailand.
And what possessed you to want to go over there and fight their rules, their sport kind of thing?
I mean,
that's it, let's have it off.
Yeah, so my dad was taking us out there from a young age, from 8 onwards, and I started training, and he said the next year you fight, and I was like, well, I don't know. And then the next year I went again, and then got to a point, I think I might have been about 14 actually, got to a point where I said, yeah, come on, let's go for it. And then, yeah.
And do you guys think, you've obviously been abroad as well and trained, do you guys think there's a lot of benefit in training abroad? With different fighters, I know there's the Netherlands style as well.
You know what it is? I always say, wherever you are, there's always something to learn. Whether you're over here, you can go to different gyms. I'm a big believer in cross training.
Yeah, I think we spoke about this before.
Like what I do, my guys now, we travel to different gyms, and every gym's got their own style, their own individual style. And then when you fight abroad, again, you see that it's individual styles. So a sport like this, you never stop learning. You never stop learning.
Yeah.
So I was in my element. I felt like a 12-year-old student today, picking things up I've never seen before. But that I think that's what makes a good fighter, and that's what makes a great coach, is always willing to learn and picking up from different styles. I watch different combat sports, and I'll see a little thing. I'll say, "Ooh, I can try that with
That
my
was
fighters."
different. Yeah, that was different.
And I try it, bring
Yeah.
it to the gym, try it, and for some people it works, some people it won't.
Of course. I think as well with fighting as well, people get this misconception. You always get the armchair people, don't you, that say, why didn't you do this, why didn't you do that? I was saying it the other day to someone about the boxer Dillian White, and people were saying, oh, he's been knocked out, this and that and the other. But I said, and my argument is, these people are at the highest level it is in their sport. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
It's not like you're fighting someone down the bar in a pub. These guys are also trained killers. Now, one thing I wanted to get onto with you is Rod Tang. Oh my God. Oh my God. I've never seen someone, I'm going to have to bleep this out, with bigger balls than you, mate. I'll tell you now. Because not only did you fight my man, he was like literally the most feared geezer in the division in Thailand. It's literally the equivalent to me would be the beginning of Kickboxer Van Damme versus how is it? When he's kicking cement. Like for me, I'm not even joking. If I was you, please talk me through mentally. You know, you've got your team over there. I'm assuming you had family and friends come over as well. Just talk to me about what was it like fighting someone who you know the whole country and potentially 95% of that stadium are thinking, yeah, you're finished.
I mean, mentally, I'm very strong. You know, what I do is I like to fight the hard fights where I've got less chance of winning, so I can get myself going.
Is it like a bit of motivation for you in camp as well? Do you think?
100%. You know, when everyone's doubting you and you're training there hard, and they're just training, you're thinking, I'm going to prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody's on the Facebook, the Instagram, they ain't got a chance. I just
Yeah.
sit back, watch it, and just wait and see.
Yeah.
I thrive off it.
I think you are definitely one of those fighters where it sounds like a lot of people have had their doubts about you, and they've probably looked at you or looked at your build, looked at your frames. They might look at you and think, you know what, nah, he hasn't got it in him. So you know what, it's a credit to you both guys that you've got to the highest level that you have in your sport, and become literally role models for like these kids that have come here today. We're coming off the street because, like, you know, in certain areas, you know, and in Birmingham as well, particularly in this area as well, there's a lot of knife crimes, a lot of crime going on, and these kids aren't thinking about what they're doing, and they're just doing silly things and not thinking about the consequences. Whereas if they were in an environment and being trained by people like Qasim, who is a world champion, who's been there and done that and can share the knowledge, it's amazing. So I just want to say thank you to you both. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you both for sitting down with the interview for me today. Thank you for coming out of your way to
not a problem.
talk to us. And one more thing I want to ask is, are you going to fight Neville?
It's definitely bound to happen.
Yeah. Just the last point. Why do you want to fight him?
He's got the belt.
Because obviously, am I right in saying you and Superleg?
Yeah.
That was a quick one.
Yeah.
I watched that fight today because I was like, I knew that you'd had a loss, but I knew it was against someone big, but I didn't know. I forgot who. So I had a look. How do you even did you even expect anything out of that? How did you feel when he hit you?
Do you know
what
what?
was going on?
That's the hardest I've ever trained. I went to America before any of the One Championship athletes got to Denver.
I saw you like in your stories and stuff. I mean, those horrendous hill sprints that you do. Oh my God.
I was there for a month, climatising. I was the fittest I've ever been. I maybe overtrained. I've done 13 weeks.
Do you think that can happen?
Ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. You know, you just need to taper down at the right times. But do you know what it is? I've been elbowed in the face before. I've had my nose broke in round 2. I've carried on. I've had flashes in my face, but I'm still on my feet. This one was on the temple, and it was different. I had a flash in my face for about 4 seconds, and it was still dazed. It's like this ring light you got in front of me now. I'm like that.
Serious. I mean, when you was on the floor, I mean, it looked like you'd been hit with a big shot. And to me, when I was watching it, I looked and thought, what has he been hit with? I thought, I thought like, have you ran into his shoulder or something? And because you both collided, you've just gone one
ran
way.
into his
and then, but it was like a backwards
temple.
elbow, wasn't it, almost?
Yeah, so he just put it out there and hit me in the temple.
Yeah. And then, you broke my heart.
PTSD. Thanks for reminding me.
Sorry. Well, at least I'm getting you motivated for your fight coming up, though, because that's not going to happen again. What I will say is, though, you broke my heart that night. I swear to God. I sat there and I thought, no! But then when you watch the replay back, you sit there and think, actually, you're a hard bastard. So for him to get dropped, it must have hurt. But I just want to say thank you to team I keep getting the tongue twisted. That DTC Dream Team Combat academy here, sports centre, everything. I just want to say thank you. It's been GoraCal, Jonathan Haggerty,
Thank you.
Qasim the Dream. Thank you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, mate.